Just like bleeding clots, the bonus is here and they're bringing the attack. Time to panic and bust the plot. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am Bubba Duke. That is OMD, and this is new for us. This is Brace for Impact. That's right, people. We are going to be watching TNA Impact and following along and letting you guys know what's going on.
Yes.
OMD, how's your week been, my friend?
It's been all right. It's been a long, slow week at work. I mean, as you know, I wasn't feeling great last night. Feeling much better right now.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
So this is interesting. So right now we're seeing a clip, I'm guessing, from last week with Moose in the ring with Ace Austin. Moose holding the X Division Championship.
Yes, he is. I heard he was trying to change the name of that division.
Moose is apparently at some point. I don't know if it's already happened or when.
Okay. I think they should just leave it. That's what makes TNA special.
Right.
But I will let people know I have not been watching TNA at all because I had no ability to watch it. But now it's on here in Canada, Sportsnet 360. I don't know if it's that for anywhere else, but in Canada, it's Sportsnet 360. So I get to watch this. So that's why this show has been brought to you.
Yes, and everybody here at Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, we want more wrestling coverage.
Yes, that's not just WWE, to be honest. And that's kind of why I brought it to OMD's attention. Hey, listen, they're moving TNA to mainstream TV. How do you feel about covering that? Because it has not been on mainstream TV in years.
Yep.
Like, I think the last time it was on mainstream TV, they had just switched it from the 6-sided ring.
Right.
To the 4-sided, like we're used to. I will put in the vote that you need to change it back to the 6-sided ring to make yourself a little unique again there, Impact. Or, sorry, TNA. Because now they are not Impact anymore. They're actually TNA.
Yes.
So this is
TNA about a year ago.
Yes. It's been a year. This is week 2 live on mainstream TV
for us
from Atlanta, Georgia. That is awesome. Does TNA travel, or they're like NXT kind of in one spot and then do their pay-per-views?
Kind of more like TNA, but usually when they if they're going on the road, like they will do a weekend of tapings to cover 4 to 5 weeks at a certain venue.
Okay. Oh, we got, what is this? Trust the System.
Yes, this is the biggest faction. And I mean, there's a couple of people in here you might recognize.
I do recognize a couple of them, yes.
Well, Brian Myers was Kurt Hawkins in WWE.
Yes.
Eddie Edwards, you might remember from his time back in the old days of Ring of Honor. That's his beautiful bride, Alicia.
Okay.
And JDC is Johnny Dango Curtis.
Oh, it's old Fandango.
It is.
Okay. I was wondering why I'm like, dude, who are these guys? They look really familiar. Okay. I can get behind this. And I do remember the one gentleman from actually a feud he had in what I'd like to call the original TNA
Yep.
with the six-sided ring. Oh my God, it's Eric Young.
Yes.
I completely forgot this dude was even wrestling anymore.
The world class madman.
Wow, dude. It's been a hot minute since I've seen him.
Right?
I did hear, though, rumor that he was supposed to be joining one Bray Wyatt in what is now the Wyatt Six, but didn't do it because of Mr. Wyatt's passing.
No.
No, so that was all false.
He had come back. He had signed. He had even done a vignette.
Okay.
And what happened was at that point, that was when Vince McMahon reinserted himself, and Eric Young said, I want to be released. Eric Young had no issue coming into work for Triple H.
Well,
He would not
no.
work for Mr. McMahon.
And I mean, really, do we blame the guy?
No.
No.
And I know the name Steve Macklin isn't going to mean anything to you,
It doesn't
but
ring a bell.
that's because when he was in WWE a number of years ago, he was not Steve Macklin. He was Steve Cutler, and he
Okay.
was a forgotten son with Jackson Riker.
Uh, and I do recognize the other gentleman that the ref was just talking to. That is my girl's husband, but I cannot remember his name. Ah, I know him as like the character. He did an octopus character kind of
Yes, that
thing.
is the octopus, Jonathan Gresham.
Jonathan, there he is. Um, Now we do know, speaking of one Jordan Grace, that her contract is up soon.
Yes.
Now, do we see him following her eventually over to WWE?
No,
No, you don't think so?
I don't think so. I think this is far more suited to him. I
Okay.
think with WWE, he would be one of those guys that gets lost in the shuffle.
Okay.
I think he would wind up in the same spot as Apollo Crews.
He just kind of shoved to the back kind of thing. Now, I did see in the bottom corner here we have updates and things that are still to come, and it's really awesome. I did see one Josh Alexander being mentioned,
Yes.
and this gentleman's contract is coming up as well. I heard in February around the 14th.
Yes.
Now, I know it's speculation. They're saying Jordan Grace will be here soon. Um, I know her contract's up at their next
Yes.
pay per view, and I'm hoping that we see her at the Royal Rumble as a officially signed WWE
Yes.
superstar.
We don't know. This is all speculative on our
It
part.
is. That's why I said I'm hoping.
Just because this is the first time either of them have really chosen to test free agency and see what's out there.
Right.
You know,
Which is
where's the best fit? And I
I
think that's what they need to go with as opposed to getting overpaid in AEW.
and here's the thing. If you go to AEW, I feel you become forgotten. Doesn't matter what you do, how great you're doing it, nobody cares.
Yes. And I don't know what you can hear in terms of commentary,
I can hear it a little bit. I just don't
but
want to turn my TV up too loud.
the commentators, Tom Hannafin and Matthew Raywalt,
Okay.
were Tom Phillips and Aiden English in
Oh,
WWE.
no way. I knew I recognized the voices. I wasn't putting two and two together. So thank you for that one. Um, so yeah, as we're saying, it's speculation, but I'm hoping because I think Jordan Grace would rock that women's division.
I think Jordan Grace is probably the more likely of the two just
Yeah,
because of her time doing the crossovers.
she had previous experience there, and everybody loved her, and she loved everybody. And
Yeah.
I mean, why
Josh
wouldn't you?
Alexander was rumored to go and do a crossover.
But never did
Um,
he?
No, he did not.
I mean,
However,
I don't think so.
I could see Josh Alexander, but I don't think he would be NXT bound. I think he is a guy that has to go main roster right off the bat.
Okay, so you're the booker. You're Triple H. Let's say Josh Alexander is handed to you on a silver platter. Here's my contract. Please do something amazingly cool with me. Where do you put this guy off the hop? Do you throw him on Raw or do you throw him on SmackDown?
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Okay. Who?
SmackDown, I put him right into a US title feud
Okay. With whoever has the title at that point.
with, well, not even that, but into that contenders window.
Okay. So you put him in
Because you've
like the
got
runners,
LA Knight, Josh Alexander, Andrade. You can
right?
build that.
Okay. That's
If you
kind of
if you're going to look at putting him in NXT, the only thing you can do with him is really the world title.
the big title for them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Um,
I had to ask because he's a
I mean,
very talented young man.
you could, if you really wanted to, in NXT, and I really don't want to see it. I'd like to see these guys take their separate paths right now. But you could put him with his former tag team partner from TNA in Ethan Page.
Ooh. Okay. I personally would not do that. I'd
No.
keep them separate. And then if at some point they end up on, say, the main roster together and things are working out, have that bit of a feud
Yeah.
and then have them naturally come together and be like, hey, why are we doing this? We were friends before. What are we doing?
You know what I could honestly see?
What's that?
And this would be, again, Josh Alexander coming with, if Ethan Page moves up,
Mm-hmm.
and you get a heel team in Josh Alexander and Ethan Page. But I don't see that happening right away. Josh Alexander is going to be just too over.
Yeah, yeah.
Against the team of KO and Sami Zayn.
Oof, there you go.
And I mean, you could make that a 4-way. You could do Josh Alexander and Sami Zayn versus KO and Ethan Page. And you're going to get a phenomenal match.
You can throw anybody in there. I think Josh is good enough that you could throw him in there with any talent and he's going to have an absolute banger of a match.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be honest.
If I remember correctly, Josh Alexander actually has a match tonight.
That's what it was saying. Yeah, that's why I brought it up because he was in the still to come little segment in the bottom corner
Right.
where we're going to hear from Jordan Grace here in the next little while as well.
Yes.
It's kind of why I brought that up. Plus, the fact that her husband is in this match as well kind of reminded me about that kind of stuff. I will be honest, people, I haven't watched TNA in a while. It's been a minute, but I'm glad to see they still have some really amazing talent here,
Oh, they do. They
and
do.
even talent that was really good in and underutilized in WWE is here,
Yes.
and looks like that was a good
And
match for our first match tag
it
triple.
was. And I would love to see Steve Macklin come back to the WWE. He's now gained that seasoning. He is a former TNA heavyweight champion.
Yeah, he looks like if he really wanted to, he could be a bit of a bigger dude. Oh,
Um, but I mean, I think it would be interesting because his wife, the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo, is in AEW / Ring of Honor.
it, can you even call it Ring of Honor anymore?
No.
You really can't. It's a joke now. I'm sorry, but there is no honor left in that ring anymore. I don't want to sound like that, but it is what it is at this point. Um, I do like that they went back to their original like old school TNA logo in the middle of the ring.
Yeah,
Really weird. The ropes are kind of throwing me for a loop right now because I'm not used to the yellow like that.
right. Yeah, they used to be red.
Yeah,
And believe it or not, TNA is actually owned by a Canadian company.
I do believe it. I did do a little research on them. So,
Anthem Sports, which owns Fight Network in
yes.
Canada, Game TV.
Oh, that was a
So
violent move.
those channels have had TNA. Um,
So, if you're looking for TNA apparel, just go to TNA merch. I think it's .com.
yeah,
I can see it on the just behind the wrestlers by the ref there.
yeah,
Uh, I am definitely going to be doing that. I'm going to be buying some TNA merch in the next little while.
yes. And I mean, may he rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. The late Don West. I was a huge fan of the Brown Bag specials. Both Carl Carafella and I were.
Who was that again?
The late Don West, who was on commentary here with
Oh
Link Tenay,
yes, jeez, I forgot about him.
but he also ran the TNA shop.
Yes.
Um, and believe it or not, Impact Plus
Okay.
is run by Endeavor and TKO.
Ooh,
Their streaming network is run by Endeavor.
who would have thought? Small world, eh? Okay, I recognize that gentleman now.
So
Yeah,
yes, later on we are getting Joe Hendry teaming with Rhino to take on Nick and Ryan Nemeth.
yeah. I was gonna say the Nemes brothers. And there's some Joe Alexander on screen right there for a quick minute. Wrestling. Who is that?
That's Joe Hendry.
Uh, that's Best's guy.
It is, but again, if you haven't seen his work, watch his work.
He is a good wrestler. I'll give you that. I'm just being the heel and being like, ugh, because
Right?
everybody loves Joe. I don't love Joe Henry. No, he's one of those wrestlers like you are to The Rock kind of thing for me.
Right.
I listen. The guy can wrestle. He's got talent, but personally, don't like the guy.
Right.
So we got this is so far really good programming. Like you got your match with a little vignette before it explaining what's going on, and now we have this going on. Showing Joe Henry has basically beat everybody on the roster. Is he holding the heavyweight title? Not yet, eh?
Not as of yet. However, I fully expect that at their next pay-per-view Genesis, he
Genesis,
will.
okay.
By the end of this month, he will be the world champion. And it's interesting because the reigning TNA champion has already said it would be really cool the following weekend to put on the old tights and come out to my old music.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So you think he's dropping the title to do the Rumble?
He doesn't even need to drop the title to do the Rumble.
No, he doesn't. But wouldn't that be funny if he actually did?
Put it this way. Watch him drop the title, enter the Rumble, and win it.
That would be the Dolph Ziggler thing to do.
Right?
That would be. And he, you know what? I was heartbroken when he left WWE. Only because I was a huge Dolph Ziggler supporter.
So was
Huge. Huge. I was a little heartbroken. And then he took a little time off and he's doing this, and I'm proud of him for doing this.
Well, he had asked for about 6 months if he could get his release and go and do these other things. So when they gave him his release, because he was a good soldier,
Oh yeah,
the shit that he's been through. They said, "Don't worry about your 90 days." So he went to Japan. He went to Mexico.
He wasn't on mainstream. That's the thing, right? So that's why I feel that they let him do what he did. Was yeah, go compete in Japan because we don't get that programming here unless you pay for it.
Yeah,
So it's not mainstream as we call it, like this
right.
is now. So good for him for putting all the work in to get that kind of respect.
Yeah,
Be like, yeah, Dolph, go ahead, do your thing. Like that's not a lot of wrestlers get that kind of respect
no,
because they haven't put the years in like he did, being the very top to the very bottom
right.
like he did. Oh, we got a picture of the British Bulldog on here. Holy. Oh, they're showing all the old matches when they were younger. Okay.
And that was not the British Bulldog. That was actually the new Dynamite Kid.
It was an old was that was the old Bulldog picture.
No,
Like
that
a
was Dynamite Kid's boy.
really.
Yep.
It looked exactly like the British Bulldog to me. Like to a T, the braids and everything. Wow. Okay.
No, because unfortunately the Bulldog would have been long gone when that match happened.
I mean, wow. I will admit that I miss being in the ring, but I know I can't. And speaking of being in the ring, actually tonight, people here in Sault Ste. Marie, there's actually a Canadian wrestling elite show going on right now
Yes,
that one Carl Kerfeld and Chris Best are at doing commentating for
they are
to
with
put it.
our special guests Eugene.
Yes, Eugene and Carl actually has already got a picture with him
Yes.
on the Facebooks.
Yep.
So I haven't put it up yet. I might put it up right here. I have a Eugene autograph. So
Nice.
hmm yeah, I got lucky enough to catch him somewhere in my travels as a truck driver
Right.
and got an autograph from the guy.
Right. And let's not forget that Jimmy Jacobs, former WWE, AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor writer, wrestler, is here as well. And that's a man I had a privilege of meeting I actually missed the show the night before, but I was working at Tim Hortons at the time.
Yep.
And Jimmy Jacobs came in with TK O'Ryan,
Oh wow.
Vinny Marcellia, aka Vincent in AEW Ring of Honor,
Nice.
and Hoovy.
Yes, I actually have a Hoov. That's Hoovy right there, actually.
Yeah. The first time Hoovy was here, so I was able to meet them and get all of their autographs.
That's really cool. I met Hoovy the last time he was here. And I will tell you everything everybody says about this gentleman being the greatest, the nicest, the most politest wrestler, and very appreciative of his fans. 100% true. This guy signed this autograph and gave me a T-shirt that he signed as well.
Nice.
And it's actually I'm in the processes of getting it to be on this wall here where you can see that T-shirt. It's an actual Hoovy T-shirt, all signed, everything. Um, great guy, great guy.
Nice.
If I would have had the time and he would have had the time, we were going to do an interview with him for the Boar's Nest.
Oh, fantastic.
But some things happened and we didn't have enough time to do that. So he said, next time. I was like, you tell me and I'll be there.
Yep.
So look forward to that. Great, again, a great guy. Like all the luchadors, they're very nice people and understand.
Yep.
If it's not for the fans, they don't. Okay, here we go. The Nemes brothers still to come
That's going to
tonight.
be our main event.
Yep.
We are going to get the Rascals versus the Good Hands.
Okay.
The Good Hands were always brought in as an enhancement talent.
Okay.
Um, And then the way they came together was they were sitting in the locker room and basically said, I'd like to have a match with you as a
Yeah.
tag team. Um, they've always been heels, like they've always been the guys that get pushed over so that the heel they're representing gets pushed up. But they are fantastic technical wrestlers.
Awesome. I,
Uh,
I, I like seeing that kind of thing where these two guys come in as like two different times, obviously, not at the same time, but for the same thing, being enhancement talent, and actually get seen and noticed, and they're like, dude, you're actually really good. Stick around for a little bit. Let's try some things.
yeah,
Like that's
I think they are a tag team that again could
could go
truly
somewhere.
benefit from the crossover.
Okay, go over and take on a team like who? Who would you put them against?
Honestly, I'm going to say I'm trying to think of tag teams
I
in.
have I have an idea. Have they ever faced or been near the Motor City Machine Guns?
Yes,
So why would you not put them against the Motor City Machine Guns just to
because you
elevate?
don't rush them to SmackDown. They're a team that has to go through NXT.
Okay, so we're doing the crossover over to NXT.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if there's who I would put them against there then, because is that where the Street Profits are? No, wait,
No. The Street Profits are SmackDown as well.
SmackDown as well. Okay,
Um, I think if, in all honesty, if you wanted to give them a technical
yes,
match, you slide DIY over to NXT for a night.
okay.
Yes, the good hands are going to job to them.
Well, yeah, but you got to make them look good while they're doing it, and I think they would.
Um, I'm just even trying to think of two people you could put together
Well, go
in
ahead.
NXT to wrestle them.
NXT roster. I'm actually just gonna look it up because I'm like you. I'm having a hard time remembering who all is over in NXT because we're this new era of
You know what?
everything.
I think the best bet would be to go with NXT's enhancement talent in Idris Enofe and Malik Blade.
Okay, yeah, that wow, that would work. It's not giving me actually giving me the NXT roster itself. I
Right.
get superstars. So are they considered superstars under the main roster? Let's take a look, people.
Oh, this
No,
is this woman here coming to the ring, Savannah Evans, is
yes.
TNA's Brick Hithouse in the women's division.
Okay. She kind of reminds me a little bit of a Hall of Famer for TNA. Gives me a little bit of a vibe from oh, what was her name?
Awesome Kong.
Yes, sir, Awesome Kong. Like just that like how she carries herself, that always ready to fight. Wow. Could you imagine if that was actually Awesome Kong's daughter? She sounds British or
Oh,
like Australian.
Zaya Brookside is. You'll recognize this young lady.
Lee?
Picture her coming out doing a martial arts kata with lightning flashing on the screen.
I'm not recognizing her at all.
Zia Lee.
Oh. And then just drops her. Oh my goodness, for real. I never would have put two and two together, bro. To me, she looks so different.
Right?
There you go. TNA merch.com. So we'll have to get a little plug on the bottom for that.
Yes, we will.
Get your TNA merch. Go to tnamerch.com. Sorry, we don't have a promo code for you just yet, but that I will have to look into.
Yes.
Ooh. Still got that fire, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Oh, jeez. She kicked out of that. Holy. Oh, the patented head crank, neck crank. That's all. I love doing that to people. I can't remember who I was wrestling. I did that to, and their neck actually popped. Like, you know how when you tilt your neck and it cracks? It did that, and I let go because I thought I killed the person. And then he played it up. He fell over because it was loud. It sounded like a gunshot going off, eh? And I got down there to pin him, and he kicked out. So that's how I knew he was okay.
Yeah.
And we continued our match. But dude, my heart sank so hard.
I can imagine.
Oh, I'm like, great. I'm going to jail for murder.
Well, it was. I took a finisher from a certain friend and brother of ours,
Oh yeah.
and
Whoa.
I have not been able to crack my neck since.
You probably not. Mine was the car wreck that ended it for me.
Yeah.
That's why
No.
when um, Danny Duggan, Mr. Duggan down here, was in his car wreck, dude, I did nothing but pray for that guy,
Right.
and it was Hoovy that was with him, that those guys were not hurt, because one wrong bump, man, and your career is
Right.
over.
And it
Ooh,
was what that taking that finisher did not end my in-ring career.
No, but
What happened? I did go out and I wrestled another show, but it was after that we had rented a ring, and the guy who brought the ring, brought padding that was way too thick.
too thick. I hate that.
And the promoter that night has since moved out of the city, and since there is no longer a ring accessible to us here.
Yep. Not for the efforts of some of the wrestlers, that's for sure.
Right?
We tried, man.
Yep.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. What a.
Oh,
I'm sorry if I was ahead of you there.
no, you're not. I'm actually ahead of you.
Okay. That was an incredible win.
But that's because as I was waiting for my phone call,
Yes.
I ended up resetting my modem from my phone.
Oh, so you're all up to speed now.
Yep.
Awesome, dude. Good to know. Good to know. I actually need to reset mine um, in the next couple days here. Been doing a lot of streaming, downloading, uploading. Uh, Again, real whoa, strong words from Jordan Grace.
Yes.
Who was that directed to?
One Tessa Blanchard.
Shut up. Tessa's in TNA?
She is.
Oh, I just got goosebumps, bro.
She returned at their last pay-per-view.
Wow, we're running a gauntlet.
We are.
Okay, that's up next, people. The gauntlet. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So, two matches that we've had so far,
Yep.
and we are half an hour into the show
Yeah.
of a
2-hour show.
2 hour show, people. Um, if there's people watching, by all means, please interact with us. I want to ask you if you're watching this TNA on however you're watching it here in Canada, it's Sportsnet, Fight Network, I know has it, other places. Two matches. How do you feel about these first two matches? OMD, how are you feeling right now about this TNA
I
we're getting?
I love it. I mean,
Right?
I have been an avid TNA supporter for a long time.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch them really when they were doing the $9.99 weekly pay-per-view when they first started.
That's back in the day.
And that's because I hadn't even heard of them.
Yeah.
But really, once they started on, I'll even say it, going back to Spike TV.
Dude, that's when, yeah. Spike TV.
I've watched them faithfully since.
Nice.
Usually I don't get to watch it on a Thursday night because we'd be doing the Boar's Nest Gaming Hour.
We would be, yeah.
And because I do have the American feed as well right now, while my current iteration of IPTV is still running for the next 5 days.
There you go.
I could have watched it, but they haven't been showing it the replay at 11 o'clock.
Right? So you've been kind of watching it and gaming at the same time.
No, because I'd have the gaming on my big TV.
Yes, right. You don't have the setup like I have.
No. Now, I will admit tonight that because I have recently added Virgin TV,
Yes.
and I can bring that anywhere with me, like it's on my tablet, it's on my phone. So
Which is nice.
I've got the Leafs game on here right in front of me right now as well on the tablet.
Quick little highlight. Who's winning that game right now?
Carolina 3-2. They just took the lead.
Bummer, dude. I'm watching a commercial.
The Leafs had a 2-0 lead.
They had it 2-0 and blew the 2-0 lead.
Yep.
What period are we in?
Start of the second.
Okay, so we still have time.
Yeah. Actually, it's the first minute of the second period.
There we go. So just quick highlight for everybody. Yes, this is the new show for Thursday nights just before we get live here again. The Boar's Nest Gaming Hour. I know that's what this says it is, but we wanted to surprise you guys with what we're doing right now. The Boar's Nest at this point, tentatively, is going to be Sunday nights at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Tentatively. But again, keep an eye out on what we call our weekly calendar. Just so you know what's going on. I'll give you, this is the first time it's going to be aired because it's all new. But I'm going to air it real quick, and then we're going to get back to TNA Wrestling.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually back here, TNA. They're showing the moment of the week. It's obviously not this week, it's past weeks. They're going through history of TNA, so everybody that gets it on TV now can understand the roots of TNA.
This is, the TNA Plus, which is their streaming app, moment of the week. So that's why we are getting highlights of Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett.
Two great superstars in their days.
Right?
Oh, yeah. And to let people know how great a guy Jeff Jarrett really is, he actually did an interview with the flagship show here back in the day when it was Carl Kerfeld and Big Joe Morn. Great interview. Absolutely phenomenal. If you can go back on YouTube for the Turnbuckle Studios YouTube, I think it's still up there. So go take a listen to that. It was great. I actually was listening live when they did it. So it was great. Great guy.
That was the one interview that they, out of all of them, and I mean, there were some that I just couldn't make.
Yeah.
But this was the one interview where they said, no, this one is just us.
Which, by all
and all respect.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, I would love to have been just in the studio to hear it. You know?
And I mean, and that's fair to Jeff because, you don't want to ambush him with a panel of, 3-4 people.
No. Don't. And that's the thing. Don't ambush anybody with something like that. You got to definitely plan that shit out and let them know what is going on. Like, listen, we have 4 people here. They each want to ask you a question. Do your best to answer what you can.
Yeah.
We'll edit out whatever. It's not going to be live. Just to be fair to them. Because you don't want to... Oh, those ropes are... I forgot how tight the 6-sided ring really is.
Right. So, in another update, the Leafs have now tied the game at 3.
There we go.
And we're not even 4 minutes into the second period.
Oh, Rhino's going mental backstage.
Oh, Rhino looks like he's been jumped.
He has been. He's bleeding. His back is hurt. His shirt's ripped. Great guy, too, Rhino.
Yes.
Great guy.
Yes.
Apparently, he makes a really good city council member as well.
Yes.
He was a city council member in Detroit somewhere.
Yes. Yes, and he was actually endorsed to run for mayor, but he chose not to.
He chose not to. Just not something he wanted to do. He wanted to get back into wrestling.
Yeah.
And that's I'll tell people right now, that's the thing with us wrestlers. We might have side jobs, but nothing truly gets our heart like wrestling does.
No, exactly.
Man, I want to get a ring like this. I really do.
I'm
if I had the money.
Yeah, because I've just upgraded to the Virgin Plus from the IPTV, and I've just added Netflix. I would be consider adding Impact Plus, but I got to do have to wait and see how the finances look because I have booked my trip for March.
Yeah, you're going to tell everybody what you're doing come March, please.
So I am leaving here on Friday, February the 28th. I am heading to Toronto for the Elimination Chamber, and I am just waiting to see on if we are going to SmackDown the night before, too.
Oh, no way. Are you going to do a double?
We might, because SmackDown's in Toronto on the Friday night.
You know what we need to do? If my beautiful girlfriend is listening, Dixie, if you're listening, sweetheart, we need to go buy giant Bristol board, some markers, and make a sign for OMD that says Boar's Nest rocks. And then put on the bottom of it at you or the YouTube symbol at Bubba OMD. Can we do that?
I can do that. I was actually going to maybe do a sign that had Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
Just have it so it's on both sides and you can flip it.
Um,
And I'll tell you, okay, I can see you flip it.
and then I want to I want to do a sign just in case with my boy's name on it.
Dude, that would, you know what? That trumps anything for this. I'll tell you that right now. Your boy is such a great kid. Listen, Kate, so are they serious that their streaming service starts at $9.99 per month?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in and go subscribe. I just want to see what their plans are. Um, special attraction monthly. That's $12.99. World champion annual. Oh, that's for the okay. This is for the year, so you could pay for a year at once, and that's going to be $249.99. And then they have other things here as well, other licenses. Genesis, if you just want Genesis, which is their pay per view that's coming up, it's going to be, I'm going to say $40. I'm going to round it up to the nearest dollar.
Right.
Still, I'm going to admit this. That's not bad for a pay per view.
I mean, I would be, I mean, $10 a month, I think I could probably swing.
I'm the kind of guy, I'll be 100% honest with you. I'm the kind of guy, I would pay the 250 whatever it is here.
Right.
So I'm going to say 255 by the time you get done taxes and crap. I would pay that for the whole year and just get the year and get it done with.
Right.
So I don't have to worry about personally. So I don't have to worry about that $9.90, the $10 that's coming out.
Right.
I don't have to worry about that. I just pay for it. Boom, done. That's what I did with Paramount, Netflix, Disney Plus. Get it done. Boom, here, take my money. So that is something I'm probably going to look into so that I can put it on my computer, right? And just put an
Yep.
earbud like I do for Raw and SmackDown and now NXT because I get to watch that as well. So that you don't have to have that volume up, you know, you don't have to worry about this program hearing it and all that garbage. So just let people know if you want to get TNA Plus, excuse me, they have an option where you can pay for the full year. You can get specialty stuff for the $12.99. You can get the basic one for $9.99. Or if you're just a pay-per-view guy and that's all you want to watch is their pay-per-view events, you literally just pay for the pay-per-view and it's like $40.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad deal. Like that's pretty sweet.
But if you're just paying for the pay-per-view, that's $40, $40,
That's-
$40, and you're looking at $400.
So you might as
10
well get the
pay-per-views.
the $250 one where you get everything.
Yeah.
Because I don't think with the $9.99 you're getting pay-per-views. With the
Yeah,
$12.99 one, I still don't think you're getting pay-per-views. Or you might get the pay-per-view on that one because you're paying
Right.
every month. And this is in Canadian dollars, by the way, people. This is 100% in
US.
Canadian dollars. Mine says Canadian dollars.
Oh, really?
Okay, I'm going to turn down the brightness on my phone because if I don't, then it. If you see, well, you see right before it, there's a C there. Hold on. Yeah, it's not going to work.
No.
But yeah, right on that far side, right there, that's a C with the dollar sign. So it's in Canadian on mine.
Right.
Okay, for the $12.99, I know we have a match going on with
Well, we've got Mike Santana coming out.
Mike Santana.
And I don't know if you remember he was here a few years ago with his partner as part of the new LAX with Eddie Kingston. And then
Yeah,
it
I
was
remember who he is.
Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah, I remember Ortiz and him, right?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then they both went to AEW. They've had a falling out. Santana has since returned to TNA as a singles competitor.
Okay.
Very, very similar backstory to him and Damian Priest.
Yeah, I see they're both from oh shoot.
Puerto Rican
Puerto
heritage, both
Rico.
from New York.
Yeah. Okay, good for them. And this is the Northern Academy.
The Northern Armory,
Or
yes.
Armory, sorry. My brain's
Yes, this
I'm
is a
just
tag
excited
team
enough.
of, they're called Saint and Sinner. They are a Canadian tag team. I haven't seen too much of their stuff.
Okay. I'm just looking at what we get with the 12.99 pack. All exclusive live specials, including Final Revolution.
Final Resolution,
Resolution,
okay.
sorry. Yeah. New episodes of TNA simulcast every Thursday. New episodes of TNA X
Explosion.
Explosion premiering every Friday. Full content library. One digital first content. So anything that comes digital only, you get it as well.
Yeah.
So you get the live events for that.
Yeah.
$12.99. That's not bad.
No.
I had to check it.
But I mean, and again, that's still, I mean, that's $129.99
Yeah.
for 10 months.
Yeah, I'm not complaining, dude. That's again, if we're gonna be doing this all the time,
Yep.
why not? But it doesn't say how many like people can view at one time.
Right.
I'm gonna assume one at a time. Quick look at that man. He looks like Bo Dallas. Out of the
I
corner
can
of my
see
eye.
it.
He
I can
looked
see
like
it.
Bo
Yeah.
Dallas for a minute. Oh, well, that's one way to not have somebody slap you. Ooh. Is Hernandez in TNA or is he
No.
over in AEW now?
Hernandez is in Mexico.
Okay, so I have seen him. That's why I was asking. I thought it was AEW.
Yeah.
So
No,
he's in like
he's,
AAA.
yeah. I believe he might do some appearances for MLW and GCW. Same with Homicide, his partner.
Yes, he's a crazy dude.
Yes. And yes, that is the wrestler's stage name is Homicide. We are not condoning it by any stretch.
No, no, no. It's again a character name. It is what it is. Again, it came. That name came. He's been around for how many years now? Like
Santana's been around for about a decade.
Homicide.
Oh, 20 years plus easy.
Hit right. Like Jesus, I remember getting into the business and that guy was wrestling already, like and
Yep.
very well known.
There's actually a match out there from TNA, and it was LAX Homicide and Hernandez
Okay.
versus one guy, I can't remember his name, and his tag team partner of Tyler Black, which was a squash match.
Okay.
And Tyler Black went and got, like, Tyler Black was the one who took all the punishment.
Okay.
Now we know Tyler Black much better as Seth freaking
Yeah, I was gonna
Rollins.
say that's Seth Rollins now.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, a great talent. Glad he's where he is right now.
Yep.
Um, incredible.
And believe it or not, in
Two.
terms of, there's a list, there's a video out there, and I can't remember, and it's 12 or 15 superstars you wouldn't believe made appearances for TNA.
Right. Yeah. Like I've seen it, and some of them I'm like, baloney that guy was there. Like he's such a huge dude now. Like why is he? Why?
Right? And you're talking about names like Shinsuke Nakamura,
Yes.
John
Yeah.
Moxley, CM Punk.
Yes, he did do a stint really quick in TNA. Just names you wouldn't think, and you're just like, really? Why? Why? Because they wanted to. That's why.
Yep.
TNA at a point was very, very big, very competitive with WWE and all these other brands that were going at the time.
You want other names that you're not going to believe were there because of where they're at now.
Yeah,
Kazuchika Okada.
I forgot about him being there. That's awesome. I know. I bring up teams that have been there for a while, like Beer Money, two of the
Yep.
greatest guys. I got to meet um, James Storm, great, great guy.
Right.
I'm sure Rude's a pretty cool guy too.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, he probably is. Looks like he'd be a nice guy. Another
Yep.
guy I would love to meet would be him.
When Carl and I went to the Impact House show in Grand Rapids a number of years ago, that's
Yes.
actually been a decade now. We could have paid the $50 to go backstage at intermission. Um, and we could have met, I believe it was James Storm, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries,
Oh Jesus.
and Ken Anderson.
Ooh. Okay, so out of those four guys you just mentioned, I bet you can guess the one that I could care less to meet.
Austin Aries.
Yeah. He was here in town. Arrogant prick.
Really?
He's a dick. Can't stand him. Again, not the man personally, the character.
Right.
Again, if I would have been backstage, he probably would have been a different dude, but because he was out, you got to be in character, and the
Yep.
character guy, prick. Like I literally wanted to put the mask back on and get my gear and oh, you want to play
Right.
heel? This guy can play heel. I've done heel, bro. But again, just a character. I'm sure the man himself, great guy.
Right. Um, but I mean, on that night, like we met, Carl got to meet Velvet Sky.
Oh God. What a woman to and don't get me wrong, she's very beautiful in her own right, but forget that. Oops, put that aside. To pick that woman's brain on professional wrestling would be epic. Oh, it would be epic.
I had the privilege of meeting the Hebners.
What? Say again.
I met the Hebners, Earl and Brian.
Wow. That's awesome, dude.
And the first words out of my mouth to Earl, I support 97.
The screw job.
Yep.
Not his fault. He was doing what he was told to keep his job.
Yep.
You cannot, in that whole scenario, you cannot blame anybody but the boss.
Right?
You can't blame Shawn Michaels. You can't blame the referee. You can't blame, even Triple H was involved in it, but you really can't blame him because when it comes down to it, Oh, here comes one Josh Alexander.
Yes, and if you've never seen Josh
I have.
Alexander,
I seen him when he had was it the heavyweight title?
yep.
I watched the match where he picked it back up for the second time. Or was it the first time? I can't remember.
No, because the first time he then promptly lost it right after winning it.
I think that was yeah, because Moose came out and took it from him.
Yes,
Yeah, that's the one I watched.
because they had that was the same night, and they do what's called a Collier shot gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
which is 20 people. 20 people, men and women alike.
Yes, that's the reason I liked it. Because if you can fight like, um, what's her name? OVD? No,
ODB.
ODB. Dude, she could. I wouldn't want to mess with that woman. Like
Nope.
she could destroy you. And I heard she's supposed to be coming back, or there was something about her coming back to wrestling,
She's
or it was
she's
just her
talked
talk.
about it. She's done, appearances,
Okay,
but now she's operating her food truck and
again, because it burnt down. The first one burnt to the ground.
yep,
I remember donating money to that when it happened. There was a GoFundMe,
right.
and I donated $100 to that.
Nice.
And it wasn't just me. I included it was $100 from Turnbuckle Studios. I don't know if Turnbuckle Studios did anything for her,
Right.
but I personally did, and I don't want to take credit for that kind of thing. It's not just me. It was my brain was like, she's a sister in arms, as we always say. Doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl in wrestling, we're family. I had the thought, we got to take care of her. We got to help our sister. Oh, so now he puts his wrestling, what do you call that? A helmet? Ear protector? What? I know
Honestly, I'm not sure.
it's an ear protector for Roman Gecko Roman wrestling.
Yes.
I've wore one so I wouldn't get cauliflower ear.
And that's why Josh Alexander wears it, is because of his cauliflower ear.
Yeah, because that shit hurts. If you're having a flare up and somebody just
Yeah.
touches it, it's like, oh, so painful.
Yeah. We don't know this guy's name. We just know him as the personal concierge for
Okay.
the Knockouts team of Heather and Ash by Elegance.
Woo, okay. I heard they're a good tag team.
They're not bad, but Ash by Elegance you would actually be familiar with, as at one time she was known as Dana Brooke.
Oh my god, she's still here?
Yeah.
I will admit, I had the world's biggest crush on Dana Brooke. And then she turned into this that you see really skinny, not muscular. Like she wasn't ripped by no means, but she had some meat to her.
Right.
I thought she was so beautiful.
She was.
And now
She is.
I seem like I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen her in a hot minute, so I don't know what she looks like now. But when she
Right.
first came into TNA, I was like, that's not Dana Brooke. That's not the same girl. Not even close. She was like, it just didn't look right to me.
Yep.
She looked sick. But again, I do like meat on my women, so
I'm with you there, brother.
I'm a little biased, okay, when it comes to, but that's life, right? So,
Yep.
okay, so we are officially 1 hour in to TNA Impact.
Yes.
Loving it.
And we are still going to hear from Jordan Grace in the ring.
Yes.
We have the Good Hands versus the Rascals coming up next.
Yes.
So Joe Hendry and Rhino versus the Nemeths is our main event.
Definitely, which we pretty well called from the beginning. And I love to see Rhino still in that ring. That it makes my heart feel good because you and I both know a few well, one gentleman that has had the privilege of getting in the ring with Rhino, and I kind of brag about that shit. I might not like the guy that wrestled Rhino very much,
Right.
but respect the career.
Right.
You got to respect the career of both gentlemen. Again, again, I have a picture in my room, autographed,
Yep.
of him and his tag team partner, autographed on my wall. Because guess what? Respect the career.
I've seen it.
Yes, you have. You have seen it. Yeah. I was going to put them all here, but I actually want to put them all in individual frames
Right.
and put them on the wall instead of having that big, ugly looking. It just doesn't look right in that the poster frame that I have it in.
Right. Well, I do know, like, for me, I want to get, especially in my back, there will be an Elimination Chamber t shirt coming up here.
Beautiful.
Um, but what I want to do is add a bookcase or two back
Yes.
there with tension rods and maybe leave the top two shelves out
Okay.
and then hang jerseys, or maybe leave the top shelf in with the tension rod, hang jerseys, t shirts, have hats and stuff up
Oh,
there
your collectibles. Yeah.
to do it, to make the locker room look and feel like a
Like an
locker
actual
room.
locker room. I get you, buddy. That would be cool. I could definitely get behind that. That'd be neat. Just don't be putting bathroom out there. Like you get up and go do that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Whoa, who's that?
That would be Rosemary.
Rosemary. Why does she look familiar?
Because she did some of the crossover and was Wendy Chu's tag team partner in NXT.
I thought she wore more makeup.
In some cases she does, in some cases she doesn't.
Okay.
So like she's had like a skull just go across the bottom like for her mouth, but then left the top part empty. So this is a different makeup. This is a new haircut for her, a new look.
Was she in AEW?
No.
Okay. Who the heck's this guy? Oh, dude, that's Raven.
Yeah, that's Raven.
Dude, no way. Holy. He just laughs like like I haven't had a blade held to my neck before. Holy dude. I just
Wow. Yep.
goosebumps and the hairs. People are standing up on my arm, seeing Raven, the legend of hardcore and
The last time I
manipulation.
saw Raven, even a picture, he was bald.
Yeah, yeah, he had his head shaved.
Um,
Oh, we have the. I'm assuming this is the good hand
it is.
coming out. Okay. Oh, that guy was wearing a TNA Impact Canada shirt. That was neat. Sorry, somebody in the crowd I spotted people.
Yeah, I saw it.
Just for the people on that are listening to us, not really watching. Whoa. Okay. And this is the Rascals coming out now. I see.
Yes.
Very Interesting. Like wrong hands, boys. If you're gonna slap hands, do it the right way.
Again, the Rascals were involved in the NXT-NA crossover.
Okay.
Shortly after Zachary Wentz made his return to TNA, after going through a lot of controversy in his personal life,
Oh, that sucks.
it actually led to his release from NXT, that controversy.
Really?
Yes, because he was in NXT and was a tag team champion. In fact, he and his partner Wes Lee had just won the tag titles when he was released.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I
then
don't
they had to.
understand why personal. Like, was it that bad? That
Yes.
they.
Yes.
That sucks. I don't, because I don't. I don't know.
No, there was a lot of
Accusations and stuff.
allegations, which I won't discuss
No,
live.
there's no need to. There's no need to.
Um,
Whoa.
so
Oh,
then
we are
he,
having a great match.
so
Sorry.
then when he came back to TNA and they went, it was actually an incredible moment
Okay.
because they said, like, when it's the three of us, it's the Rascals. When it's the two of us, it's MSK.
Okay.
And even Wes Lee came over and did a 6-man tag
Oh, that's great.
with these guys, and they were all dressed like Buzz Lightyear.
That's awesome.
Um,
That's when they went to. I heard about that. I actually heard about the Buzz Lightyear thing.
yeah. Trey Miguel has a very interesting nickname, and I mean, he had a tremendous heel run, but it didn't last as long as I think it should have,
Okay.
just because of the reunion of the Rascals.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But he is known as the Fresh Prince of Midair.
That's on. That's great. I love it. Wow. So the hands are obviously a heel faction
Yes,
or tag team, sorry.
yes,
The Rascals are baby faces.
they are.
Okay. And guess what, people? That is terminology we're allowed to use now.
It is.
It's not banned. Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
Right?
Not gonna lie. Like I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. Excuse me. I'm loving this. I'm very glad we decided to do this.
Yes. Welcome back to the world of TNA.
Right? Like I'm all goosebumpy and like hair's always standing. Like it's electric right now to hear this crowd.
Right? And believe it or not, if this venue looks familiar, I know they're in Atlanta.
Yes.
This is center stage.
Explain for people that don't know.
The original home of WCW Saturday Night, the home of NWA Power,
Yep.
and just a historic venue in the world of professional wrestling.
It very much is, yes. Ooh. That's gonna ring your ears. Ooh. So again, everybody, just to kind of keep you up on what's going on. Ooh, that was almost three, very close, three
Yes.
count or two count. Genesis is the next pay per view for TNA Wrestling.
Coming up on the 23rd of this month, I do believe.
23rd of this month. Okay, so there we go.
Nope, sorry, that's 2 weeks from today. Oh yeah, it might be. I don't know, because all I know is the Saturday night that weekend. Because Genesis is in San Antonio, the Saturday night that weekend, also in San Antonio, is Saturday night's main event.
The 25th.
Yes.
So there you go, on the 25th. The last Saturday of the month. Um, I will be here on the 25th. The 24th, taking my child to watch the local hockey team
Very nice.
for the night. Yeah. So I'll be picking her up and dropping her off at home that night. Oh, jeez. That's a 3 count, people. And the Rascals won the match. Wow. That was wow.
Yes,
Wow. That's an impressive tag team division I'm seeing so far.
they are. And I'm not sure if they just said at Genesis the Rascals have a tag team title shot.
That's why I brought it up. I heard something about Genesis.
Um, but if you're going to look at that tag team title shot, there's Frankie Kazarian.
There's the man.
Then it's the Rascals versus the Hardys.
Shut up. The Hardys are in TNA.
The Hardys are the TNA tag team champions.
Tag team. Oh, that's all right. Surprise, surprise.
If you give me a moment while we are in commercial, I am going to the locker room.
Yeah, I'm going to show actually people, because we're in the second hour now. I'm going to actually play the calendar for you. Again, mark this stuff down, please.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat.
There you go, people. Pretty soon we're going to be adding to that calendar where the Boar's Nest is going to go. The Boar's Nest gaming hour, because usually sometimes we take a little longer than an hour. But we're tentatively shooting for Sunday night at 8 p.m. And we're going to play some games then. Hopefully, we're going to get into rough idea here. We're getting back into Gotham Knights because we thoroughly enjoyed that game, Gotham Knights. And I'm looking at some other games to play. There's a Marvel Rivals game out, single player, but it's really, really unique. So looking into that, looking into possibly some first-person shooter games or different games like that that OMD and I can play together. So keep your eye out for the update on the calendar on that one. Again, tentatively shooting for 8 o'clock Sunday night. And again, that's all Eastern Standard Time. So who knows? Again, like I said, we're shooting for 8 o'clock Sunday nights for the gaming, Xbox Live gaming with us. See, OMD made it back from his locker room visit. And just in time, because TNA is coming back, and I think we're going to get the Rhino match next. I think that's what they were promoting.
Well,
You
the
get
Rhino
additional.
match is going to be the main event, so I think we're probably going to hear from Jordan Grace next.
Oh, okay. All right, that's awesome. I have zero issue with that young lady being on my screen ever, anytime. I actually follow her on Snapchat and Instagram. I think it's Instagram, and videos of her working out constantly. Oh, here's Eric Young. Okay, I know I'm learning names. Who is the gentleman with him again? I know you got a mouthful. I'll give you a minute.
That is Steve Macklin and Eric Young.
Okay. I'm sorry, people. I promise I will get this down. Oh, hey.
Good evening, Parrish, the host of the Chris Parrish podcast.
There you go. Little shameless promotion
How
in
we
his
doing,
name
my
tag.
brother? He does that every Sunday at 12:15.
Who are these two?
I'm not sure who the smaller guy is, but the big guy is AJ Francis, formerly known as Top Dollar.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's great. That is so cool. Man, there is a lot of like guys from other companies here that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I'm liking this.
And the thing I always liked about TNA is they would get these big names.
Yeah,
And with the exception of guys that they overpaid for, like Hogan, Sting, Angle,
that was back in the day, though.
it was. They bring them in and give them a 6 to 8 month run to see where they're at. And
Yeah.
then the guys can choose from there. So they're not signed to these long term deals.
Oh, we have Moose coming to the ring. And Miss Edwards with him.
Yep.
Very sparkly dress that she is wearing. Like it's kind of making me dizzy, to be honest with you. Holy. Oh, he's part of the system? Okay. Holy bro, turn your shoes down. Holy God. Did you see how bright those things are? Wow. Those are some neon uh highlighter shoes he's got going down right now. Wow. Hey, Joe Henry was in the crowd. Did you see that? It's a cutout. It's a cutout. That's still funny though. Oh, so he's getting just a whole new title. He's not renaming the division. From what I understood, he's getting rid of the old title and bringing in a new one. Somebody grab that title. It's worth money. I want it.
And that title is less than a year old.
Right? Like,
But no, from everything I had read, he was renaming the title.
well, from what I just gathered,
Right? I know. I heard the same thing you did.
Yeah, that's not what's happening. Ooh, what's going on? Andrew Everest just stormed the ring. Holy. Again, yeah, just to let everybody know, the X division literally is for the high flyers, the smaller guys. Kind of why I'm curious why Moose has the title, how he was even allowed to be in that division. Again, I'm speaking from when I was watching, not now. So I don't know if things might have changed.
That's what it's always been based around, is the smaller high flyers, but they've never said they've always said the X division is about the X division isn't about weight limits, it's about no limits.
Okay.
Like even Bully Ray has held the X division title.
Wow. Okay. See, I didn't realize that's what. So that makes sense why he's got the title right now.
Yeah.
But for me, yeah, it's always been those littler, like AJ Styles, little guys for that
Yeah.
title. Christopher Daniels,
Frankie Kazarian, the first ever
Frankie.
X division champion.
Yep.
Your boy
Suicide.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Jay Lethal. Kurt Angle has held the belt.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so we're getting a little history lesson tonight too, people. That's great. Uh oh.
I
Ooh,
don't know. I do not know if they still have option C for
which
the X Division title, which would mean that at usually it's at one of the big two. The whoever holds the X Division championship can vacate it for a world title shot.
oh yes, I remember that. Oh, so we're having an impromptu match.
Apparently,
Oh, for the title. I hope. I hope this little dude wins it. I mean, you got to have some big guns to be
yeah.
going against Moose. He's not a little dude.
No, and I know we've all heard it. You know, everybody wants Moose. Moose was actually speculated to enter the Royal Rumble last year, but he didn't.
I I,
Um,
I don't want to put a damper on it, but I don't think he would do well in WWE. And that's just a personal thing.
no, and I get it. I know where you're coming from. Um, and I think, yeah, I think he would be sort of that, not a flash in the pan, like he would be there
Yeah,
and consistent, but he would not be up near the world title all the time.
I wouldn't even like U.S. title, maybe
Um,
not anywhere near the Intercontinental for me. But that's again personal opinion.
you know what? I would actually love to see a match between Moose and Gunther.
Ooh,
Um,
okay, that wow.
or if you really want to go back to their Ring of Honor days,
Okay.
Moose versus, well, as he was known then, Punishment Rodriguez,
Oh Jesus.
aka Damian Priest,
Yeah, I haven't heard. I was just gonna say I haven't heard that name in a while.
or Punishment Martinez. Sorry.
Punishment. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, jeez. The young fella just took a choke slam on the apron of the ring. The hardest part of the ring. No give. Literally, ouch.
right.
Ouch. And bounced.
Um,
Wow. That was
I
epic.
know when the crossover was first going, and there was a lot of speculation.
Don't.
Moose has even gotten into wars of words with Drew McIntyre.
Oh, I would love to see that. Drew McIntyre would whoop this boy's butt. Um, I'm cringing because he just did a power bomb on the apron now.
Yep.
Just so you guys know why I'm cringing.
Um,
Damn, that hurt.
but even during the crossover, Moose told the now NXT champion Obafemi,
Yes,
"Have your boss call my boss, and we'll do this."
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a crossover with this gentleman, but as a full time contract holding superstar, I don't think I could get behind it. Here in TNA, oh definitely I can get behind it here. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. That's a bummer. Just let everybody know the impromptu match we just had with Moose and a Andrew Everest. Moose won, obviously. Huge beatdown.
And the guy you are seeing in the bottom right of your screen, that is
Yeah.
Ace Austin. He is phenomenal.
Jeez, here she is on a mission. Wow, Miss Grace is marching her way to the ring at the moment as we go to commercial. An hour and a half in, literally, um, they're living to their name. Total nonstop action wrestling, being TNA wrestling itself. Wow, bro, we're doing this next week, the week after, until we can't do it anymore. I am proud to be a part of this. Um, how do we put it? How do we put this? The adventure of TNA being on mainstream TV again.
Right?
Um, and like to say, thank you to Turnbuckle Studios, uh, the affiliation program, and everybody that's involved in that. Even my co-host here, OMD, the locker room, myself, the Boar's Nest, for allowing us to do what we're doing right now. So thank you, Carl, and everybody involved in that. Um, wow. Again, people, you need to check out the affiliation program. It is hands above everything. Check out affiliationprogram.my.canva.site. You have any questions about broadcasting, podcasting, or doing what we're doing right now, just sitting around talking about this awesome wrestling event, go there, look up, please email, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. And who knows, you might become part of the family, as we call it here in Turnbuckle Studios. Definitely something fun to check out. While we're at
As Bubba
commercial,
showed you with the calendar earlier,
yes.
there is something on every night
Oh,
here.
every night, every day.
Um,
And the thing is, check out. Um, holy cow, my brain just went on overload because I'm so excited about what we're doing, bro. Check out
it's
my stuff here, YouTube at Bubba OMD. Again, that's at Bubba OMD, and my Twitch, which I do a lot of different things over there. The the Twitch is at Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Please check us out during the week because sometimes we will do a spontaneous podcast out of nowhere.
yep.
Uh, and you got to check out the locker room before we get back to our programming. OMD, where can people find you real quick?
The people can find me on my link tree, linktr.ee/OMD show.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay,
Again,
so it's
people,
January 19th.
January 19th. Okay, let me look my calendar so everybody knows what day that is. 10 days from now, that's a Sunday. The 19th is a Sunday. And that's exactly 7 days before the WWE's Saturday night main event.
Yes, it is. And there is our director of authority.
For real? Oh, God. I love it. Does he still have the Cobra? Oh, bro. Like one of the greatest acts in WWE for his time. Like that man was just bar none the best.
So yes, Santino Marella, under that name, is their director of authority. As he's rambled on, he's called himself the dictator of authority.
The dictator of authority.
And that was one Sammy Callahan beside him.
Yes, I recognized Sammy. Couldn't remember his name, but I'm like, I know that guy. Oh, and here's the one and only Jordan Grace making her way to the ring. I'm gonna have my Carl moment here and just kind of drool on myself a little bit.
All right. Well, you can always pause or mute yourself if you want to hear what she has to say, because I know I do.
Oh, she has a mic. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, oh, she came out of the crowd, bro. So basically, Jordan Grace said if you think that this knockouts division is yours, you got to go through me and Miss Blanchard come out of the crowd and is literally just brawling with Jordan Grace right now. And it took security a minute to get out there. Yeah, you need some big dudes to pull these two women apart. And I know some people don't. Whoa, Jordan Grace over top of security, tossing security out. My God, she is literally tossing security out of the ring.
Yep.
People, this is epic. If you're in Canada, you need to turn on Sportsnet.
Yes.
I don't know if where it is for you, but in where we have it, it's 360.
Yes.
You need to be watching TNA wrestling right now. This stuff is hot. Like,
right. For those that don't know, Tessa Blanchard also underwent a lot of controversy.
Yes.
Throughout her career.
A lot.
And has made it back to TNA. And again, for those that don't know her family's lineage, she is the daughter.
Yes.
Of one Tully Blanchard. And the stepdaughter of one Magnum TA.
Right there.
Yep.
If you want to know anything about her father, look up these gentlemen right here, the Four Horsemen. He was one of the original Four Horsemen. And absolutely amazing man in the ring. As for her, I'll call her Miss Blanchard because I cannot pronounce her first name properly. In her own right, she is amazing in the ring. Like you said, she's had her controversy, like lots of people have, but she has persevered, gotten better, fixed issues that she had, obviously, because if she didn't, she wouldn't be where she is right now.
Right.
And we both know that. You can't be the same person and go back to the same place and not have changed. It's
Right.
literally the what do you call that? The formula for insanity, continuing to do the same thing and expecting different results.
Yeah.
So congratulations to her for being back in TNA. I don't know where she's been or what she's been up to, but obviously she's doing something right because she's back in TNA. So dude, I can't wait to see how this goes with these two women. Um,
She had been working in Mexico when
okay.
this deal came about. She forfeited the CMLL Tag Team Championship.
Oh, so she just walked away.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, people. So, damn, something to keep in mind that again, this is where she's always wanted to be. Is TNA. I mean, does she have aspirations to go to the big show? I'm sure she does. What wrestler doesn't want to be part of WWE, really,
Right. And I mean, like,
especially now?
if she was to go to the big show, I think there's only one that would be fitting for her first rivalry.
The daughter of,
The daughter of Ric Flair, the one, the only, Charlotte.
yep. I would love what I would love to see. And again, this is all just ideas and brainstorms. Her and Charlotte feud tag team.
Yeah.
That would be epic. And too bad that a couple of the other individuals within the Four Horsemen didn't have daughters that wrestle,
Right.
because we could do that. The original, the only true four horsewomen.
Yeah.
I know
I
there's
mean,
already a group, but
you
you
had
can't get
the
more
four
real.
horsewomen of MMA who were at
Yes.
one point all in WWE.
Yep.
You've had the what was classed as the four horsewomen when they were all together in NXT, even though they were
Yeah.
a lot of rivals and a lot of matches with Bailey, now known as Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks,
Yep.
Charlotte, and oh,
Wow. I'm drawing a blank too, bro, because I just got caught up in that promo for TNA Impact.
Bailey, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky,
Yeah, I was gonna say Becky, dude. You can't forget the Irish lass herself.
right?
I'm loving this. Here's the promotion: Genesis Sunday, January 19th, 8 p.m. Dallas, Texas, live on pay per view. And I love that they're still calling them pay per views.
Right?
We got Nemes taking on Joe Henry for the title. Moose is going against Ace Austin, sorry, for
Yeah.
that title. Oh, check this out. So the Hardys are facing
The Rascals.
the Rascals, who just had a match tonight to get that spot. And then we have the women's tag team Spitfire taking on. I couldn't read that. Sorry.
Ash and Heather by Elegance.
Oh, Rosemary. Yes, I remember Rosemary now. She had a tag team partner, a bigger girl, didn't she?
Yes, Jessica Havoc.
Yes, Miss Havoc. There we go. Okay. And
And they
then,
at one point were managed by one, formerly known as the Sinister Minister, one Father Jim Mitchell.
wow. And then Jordan Grace is taking on, in her last match, hopefully in TNA, Miss Blanchard.
Yes.
Again, speculation, people. We don't have 100% proof guarantee that she's signing a contract with whoever. For all we know, she could stay in TNA and have more matches with Miss Blanchard. Who knows? Again, I'm a very firm believer in. I don't believe it till I see it. So keep your noses to this station, because we could be letting you know sooner than later what's going to happen with one Miss Grace and Mr. Josh Alexander. But right now we have Rhino in the ring and Joe Hendrick coming to the ring. If Best was here, he'd be clapping right now
Yep.
like a fool because this is his guy. Yeah. Wow.
But I mean, and I'm going to say this is another guy I fully anticipate that we could see in the Rumble as a surprise
He is.
entry.
He's not. He's actually booked for the Jericho Cruise that weekend.
Ah,
Yeah, we actually found that out. Carl actually broke that news officially not too long ago. He said that he was looking at the roster of who's all going to be there, and Joe Henry is official coming to the cruise via Jericho made it official. Sorry, not Carl. It was Jericho. Said yes,
okay.
he's going to be on my cruise 100%. He's signed. He will not be at the Royal Rumble, people. Again, another cruise that I am not going to get to go on.
Right.
And yes, I am pouting. And here comes Nick and his, I'm assuming, younger brother.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. He was in AEW for a little bit.
He was.
And I was like, dude, that'd be so funny if they got together and started a tag team because of Nick leaving WWE at the time.
Yep. I remember watching Nick's debut with
Yes,
TNA last year at, I believe it was, might have been Slammiversary, but I was going to say, I think it was Bound for Glory.
I think it was Bound for Glory myself. I can't remember
No,
because I watched
it,
the pay-per-view, so I can't remember which one.
yeah. But yeah, he came out to confront Moose after Moose had retained the heavyweight championship.
Yes, I remember that. I can't remember what pay-per-view though. One of the two big ones. It was a really big one. I know that.
Yeah.
And everybody just about. I mean, I screamed like a little girl, to be honest, because I wasn't 100% sure if he was going to TNA or AEW because there was no news. That was kept very tight-lipped, so to speak, as to where he was going. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Really
he
quick.
made
Oh,
his
go ahead.
TNA debut at 2024's Hard to Kill.
Oh, it's hard to kill. Okay. Okay. Not a big deal. It happens. So I'm gonna put
He
something up
won the
here.
TNA championship at Slammiversary.
Okay, so he came in at the one before and then won it at the. Okay. Just a quick little thing here for everybody for Mr. Chris Parrish, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Who?
Check out the little ticker down here at the bottom. There's some things you can check out. Beercade stuff. He's got his StreamYard down there, all that fun. Facebook. Definitely check that stuff out. Use the promo codes, get your products, and it helps Mr. Parrish continue doing the wonderful things that he does there on the Chris Parrish podcast. So if you're going to get some Rogue Energy, use the promo code PARISH, PERISH. It gives you 10% off your entire, not just one, but your entire purchase at that point. So again, I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Parrish for helping us with this whole setup we got right now. If it wouldn't have been for him tonight, this show would not be happening right now. We would have been playing video games of some sort.
Yes.
Some
We actually had our game all selected.
We did. I told them we were thinking about playing Gotham Knights tonight, but again, I say, Mr. Parrish, brother, thank you for helping out. Get my vision from this little peanut that I call a brain onto these people's screens. Again, appreciate that. Your help is most appreciated, my friend. While we're on quick commercial break, I'm going to throw another commercial out at you guys. True North Customs, our sponsors here in the Boar's Nest and the locker room visit. Locker room there, we do that. Give Nathan a call or check out his Facebook where all his product is. This gentleman does aftermarket parts for everything and anything, some things with and some things without tires and wheels and things that move. Give him a call. Use the promo code TNC. Tell him that the boys over here at the Boar's Nest sent you. When you buy said parts, go right next door, literally through the door in the back. The garage is there to help you install your parts. Professional Auto Services. That's my buddy Corey. Give him a call. Check out his website for times to set up your appointment to get your product put on your vehicle. I said that American. Did you hear that? Vehicle?
I did.
Back to the action, my friend. Everybody's in the ring.
Yes.
Rhino is starting.
With Ryan Nemeth.
He just tagged his older brother in and said, forget this. I ain't facing this big dude. Wow. He is looking in phenomenal shape right now.
Oh, he is.
Like, that boy means business right now.
Yep. And as you saw, we have Frankie Kazarian as the guest commentator because he does have the Call Your Shot trophy.
Okay.
Very similar to the Money in the Bank briefcase in WWE. Where you can cash that in at any time.
On any title? Or
Yes.
is it just for the one?
Typically, it's just for the one, but I can't see why you wouldn't try and cash in on something else.
Ooh. I mean, there's no stipulation saying only one title.
Right?
Even Rhino's looking in shape
Yes.
for his age and what he's put his body through over the years. Mr. ECW himself over there.
Right?
I mean, there's a few of them that earned that title as original ECW guys. Again, a promotion that changed wrestling
Yes.
forever.
And speaking of ECW, TNA's head of creative is actually the guy who epitomized ECW,
Okay.
Tommy Dreamer.
Shut up. For real? Dreamers there?
Yeah.
I'm glad it's on real TV now so I can watch stuff. Wow. Okay, so we have Joe Henry in this ring now. Lighting the chest up of the younger Nemesis brother here.
Who's
That was
trying
a big
to
bad knife edge chop to Joe there. Like he caught his neck instead of his chest. Whoa. So this is what we're calling the last match of the night.
Yes, this is
The
the
main
main event of the evening. Yes.
Okay. That is, look how red his shoulders are getting from being upside down.
Oh yeah.
And he's just walking them around the ring. Look, people, look what I got. Like, holy. Oh my goodness. He literally walked around. Oh, geez, that was almost 3. Walked around the ring with him on his shoulder in a suplex position. People.
Yep.
Like, I don't even think I could do that. And I'm a pretty strong dude.
Right.
Like, and he wasn't even walking around it. He was like kind of running, jogging kind of around the ring. This is the wrestling I missed. The just hard hitting
right?
Rhino, full tilt, not taking bull from anybody. He just took a kick to the back there.
Right. Now, admittedly, if I was watching on Access TV, the American feed,
Yes.
even though it's also owned now by Anthem TV or by Anthem,
Yep.
right after this, they would be showing New Japan Pro.
I wonder if that's on my. Probably not, eh? Let me just double take. No, what's on right
Bolster.
after Impact tonight is TNA in 60.
We have our boy the Bulkster coming in here.
Oh,
Bulkster,
yeah.
what's going on, brother?
Welcome to the show, my friend. We are watching TNA's Impact, the full 2 hour. We are in the main event. We have the Nemesis brothers facing Gore, Mr. Rhino, and some meathead named Joe Hendrick.
You said his name. He hasn't appeared. I mean, he's on
He
our
is. He's
TV
on our
screen, but
screen.
he hasn't appeared. I even clapped. Where's Joe?
Good attempt, dude. Good attempt. I'm gonna admit this again for everybody that wasn't here earlier. The TNA stands for Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. And I'm going to tell you right now, they are delivering on that nonstop action
Yep.
inside and outside the ring. It is incredible. It's live. This is live, my friend.
This is yes.
For us in Canada, it's on Sportsnet 360 because WWE is no longer being shown on live TV. TNA jumped at the opportunity to take that spot, and this is going to be one hell of a sit down power bomb from Rhino. Oh my goodness. On Nick Nemes just ate that mat hard.
Yes. So the TNA is
Yes.
live, but much like it used to be done many, many years ago in WWE, they tape well in advance. So they'll tape 2-3 weeks in a weekend.
I mean, that's fine by me
Right?
because nothing gets leaked. There's no.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, does it? I see. I don't notice it. I don't see that stuff. What a fall away slam with a kick up. Holy. Wow.
Bulkster, this is just normal TNA Impact
Yeah.
live tonight. This is not a special event. We are now getting TNA live here in Canada on Canadian broadcast television. So we are excited, and that is why Bubba and I have decided to bring you guys this brand new program.
Yep. Every Thursday night now, this is what we're going to be doing. Brace
You
for
got it.
impact, people. Oh, Kazarian standing there with his cup. I guess that's what it is. The cup.
Yep, that's the Call Your Shot trophy.
Oh, we're getting a huge gore. Oh my goodness. That's a gore or a spear I would never want to take. I'm sorry.
Right?
I just I've been speared and it just I think from him it would just hurt. Is this how he tunes up the band? He does a choke slam. Okay. Oh wow. Interesting. So Rhino and Joe Henry just won this match. Now, does that mean Joe Henry gets his title shot at the pay per view?
Well, they already announced that Joe Henry was getting his title shot. And it's actually a rematch because Joe Henry has had a title shot.
Oh, okay.
Where he and Dolph went toe-to-toe. Dolph didn't see it, Nick didn't see it, but he got some unexpected assistance.
Wow.
From a guy who is going to every major company and hitting everybody with the clothesline from hell.
Bradshaw.
Yes.
Can't call him JBL. It's Bradshaw.
No, it's John Layfield.
Or John Layfield. Okay.
And he had hit whoever it was, somebody else that was trying to interfere in the match.
Okay.
Joe got up, said something, and Layfield laid him out.
Oh, wow. Oh, they're showing really old stuff on TNA and 60. This is beer money imploding they're showing here. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm changing the channel now. Okay. Wow, people. 2 hours of nonstop action wrestling.
Yep. It doesn't even feel like it's been 2 hours.
It doesn't, because it was literally nonstop, like in and out of the ring action. Everything was. It reminds me of very old school WWE, where you got your matches, you got your promos, you got everything's a nice package, and it all flows very, very fluidly.
Yes. So I know you've watched a couple of pay-per-views with Chris Best, myself.
Yes.
But you really haven't had a foray back into TNA for quite some time.
This is my first time watching TNA, probably 4 to 5 years, give or take.
So your honest thoughts on
I can't
coming
wait for
back.
the pay-per-view. I can't wait. Again, dude, this whole night, and I got it again, just the goosebumps, the hair standing up, the anticipation for the next match. I'm not saying it's better than any company, because
Right.
that's not fair to them to compare them to any company. But comparing them to what I've seen before, this has definitely got my interest again. And that's without the 6-sided ring.
Right?
So that's saying a lot, because I was like, I'm not watching them. They got rid of my ring. I'm done. But this, I'm interested again. Definitely can't wait for next weekend. I hope you guys all are braced for next week's Impact. OMD, let's give the people your socials one more time before I call her a night.
All right, we can do that. The people, you can find me on my link tree, linktr.ee, as a tribute to the founder /OMD show.
Nice. I'm going to quick shout out to our friend the Bulkster. Again, if it's not for this man, Monday nights would not happen. So go to his YouTube, Bulkster Show, and go over to the Tiki Taki. Again, Bulkster Show, man. Check him out. He does some pretty funny stuff to his wife and to himself. Myself here, YouTube is Bubba OMD. And I got the Twitch. Check me out over there, Boar's Nest with Bubba Duke. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Bubba Duke. Again, this is my tag team partner now for TNA. I'd just like to say mental health, people, is a real thing. Please seek help if you need it. Because trust me, as a guy that has had mental health and struggles himself, just having someone to talk to does help. Even if it's your best friend that's there for you, just have somebody there for you. Again, I'm Bubba Duke. That's OMD. This is Brace for Impact. Have a great night.
just like me.